Welcome back. How exciting! It's a wedding video! We are getting really close to the actual wedding day, so I thought I would do a quick little, I'm hoping it'll be quick, probably won't be, updates and filling you in on some of the little details that we put together over the last almost 2 years since we've been engaged. I'm not going to give away too much. I know some of Ken's family watches these videos, and then some of my friends also watch these videos, and I don't want to ruin that moment for them. So I'll give you a little sneak peek into what the wedding will kind of look like, and yeah, give you a better idea of the direction of it. Very exciting stuff. It's taken a long time to get here, but we are this close now. Okay, so I've got a whole list of a few different topics, kind of the basics of a wedding breakdown that I'll cover. I'm gonna kind of get through them real quick and snappy without getting too much details, but getting you a little excited about the day. Okay, so the first one I have on the list is obviously the dress. Everyone at work, everyone in my personal life wants to know all about the dress, but I am not gonna say a thing. I will say that it was expensive. I definitely went over budget on that. Didn't even think about it at the time. I was just like, yep, that's the dress. And now that it's in the actual budget column on our Excel sheet, it's like, that was really expensive. I am only wearing one dress. I'm not changing. My mom would not allow that to happen. Yes, I'll leave it at that. It's a very, what can I say about the dress? I'd say it's traditional. It's pretty traditional. I love it. I still love it. There was a bit of a big debacle with the dress because this is actually my second dress. The first time I ordered it was when Ken and I were home from a visit from London. We were flying out, I think, the next day. My mom and I had spent pretty much the whole week just going to every single dress store in the Lower Mainland. I felt very pressured to buy a dress because they told me it was gonna take 8 months, 6 to 8 months for it to come in, so I needed to buy it then before I flew back to London. They threw every salesman pitch in the book at me, and I caved. With a few little exceptions. I wanted them to guarantee me that if the dress came in, I basically ordered it in a color that they didn't have an actual sample for me to look at. But I bought it with the guarantee that they would order me a new dress if it wasn't the exact color that they were telling me it was. They said, yes, that's fine. We don't normally do that, but we know you're stressed and you have to fly out to London. So if you're not happy with the dress that comes in, we absolutely will replace it for you. Now in hindsight, I should have recorded them saying this. I should have had them sign something, but stupid, stress ball, anxious me was like, oh, that sounds great. Sign away, paid the half deposit, done. So fast forward to when Ken and I get home in August, my dress comes in, I go to try it on, and sure enough, it is nowhere near the color that they told me it was. It was yellow. It was meant to be an ivory, but it was not ivory, it was yellow. And it was a couple days of yelling and screaming at the manager. I actually put my foot down. I was pissed. I was pissed that they were gonna back down their word. They said, I don't know who would have told you that because I've worked here for 10 years and that has never been our policy that we would order you in a new dress if it wasn't the correct color. And I was like, my mom heard you, my bridesmaid heard you say it. Obviously there's nothing I can do because it's just your word against mine, but that's pretty shady, if you ask me. They totally knew I was stressed out and they took advantage of it. So long story short, I ended up having to pay a relatively small fee to have a new dress brought in the original color that I tried on. They called it a restocking fee. So, I mean, it didn't cost me much more to get the dress I wanted, but it still pissed me right off that they did that to me. So be careful when you're buying your dress. Long story short, moral of the story is be very careful. They are salespeople. They want that sale. Beware. Venue. I'm obviously not going to tell you where we're getting married, but it is in Vancouver. It's downtown. It's taking place this summer, obviously, but the Venue is beautiful. We are getting married in the dead middle of summer, but I just had a feeling that it's probably gonna be the one day of rain. So we did look at a few venues that would take place outside, and obviously that would have been really beautiful, but I just couldn't deal with that added stress of having a plan B. If it pours, where do we go for our wedding? So we just decided to do a completely indoor wedding, and I'm actually really glad I did because the venue is gorgeous. It's very heritage, marble floors, old world, romantic kind of feel. Has like gold buttons and gold plating around all the elevator buttons and stuff. When we walked in, we were just like, especially when I saw the ceremony space, when they opened up the doors, and I just went, oh my god. I grabbed Ken. I was like, oh my god. And our wedding planners were like, yep, they'll take it. It's actually going to be quite fancy. We didn't realize it was going to be as fancy, like the dinner portion was going to be as fancy as it is until we went for our tasting a couple weeks ago. It was very, very, you know, elbows off the table, sitting up straight, act like a lady, don't drink too much wine. White glove kind of service. Everything looked like a piece of art. It was just beautiful, and it makes sense. The price tag makes sense for all the food and everything. Okay, photographer. We booked her, I think that was the first thing we booked. So that was almost 2 years ago. She's the same person that did our engagement photos, August, coming up 2 years ago. She is awesome. I'm still madly in love with our engagement photos. Like all these photos behind me are pretty much our engagement photos. They're all over our house. Kind of looks like we're obsessed with ourselves. She did an amazing job. If you're looking for a photographer in Vancouver, I'll put all her links down below. She is a young entrepreneur. Go get 'em, loves her job, amazing at it. She's just super passionate, and it's honestly very inspiring and impressive that someone so young, younger than me, has such a successful business, and it was successful like long ago. So it's really cool. So yes, we booked her ages ago. Diet. This is a tough one. I mean, obviously I am not like obese or anything. I have a few extra pounds to lose. I like sugar, I like beer, I like wine, all that stuff that makes you a little extra plump, and so does Ken. We are planning to lose a few pounds before the wedding. The dress fits fine now. I ordered it in a size up. It's actually gonna have to be taken in a fair amount. I do want to be a little smaller. I don't really want to take these wings with me down the aisle, so I'm working on it. But having said that, I did have a cupcake for breakfast this morning. So, I mean, once we're getting really close, then I'm hoping that I'll get that like kick in my butt to get myself in gear, get to the gym, which I haven't been doing, eating more greens, haven't been doing, but as of right now, I am miserably failing in that department. Okay, so decor, flowers, all that kind of stuff. Surprise, surprise. We don't have any color really in our wedding. There's not gonna be any pops of orange or yellow there. It basically looks like our house. It's all kind of neutrals. The only real color we're gonna have in the decor is blush. Not even like this pink, but like a really soft ivory romantic kind of blush. We're gonna have a big, I don't even know what you call it, like the big huge draping that is going to be behind the back table or the head table during the dinner. It's going to be covered in like greenery and like florals and stuff. And then there's going to be a little bit of pink in the bouquets, the boutonnieres, and on the dining tables, obviously. There's going to be a little gold in there. We are getting the classic wedding Chiavari chairs that are going to be in both the ceremony and the reception area in gold. Yeah, but the venue does a lot of the decorating for us. It's a really beautiful space in itself. We're just going to be amping it up with some flowers, basically. Each portion of the wedding takes place in a different room in the venue, like the ceremony is in one space, the cocktail hour is in another space. Dinner happens in like this glass room. What do you call that? Like a glass house almost, basically. The whole thing is glass, so it'll be beautiful when sun's setting, we're having dinner and everything. And then the reception, like dance party time, happens in a whole nother space. So we're kind of moving all our florals and chairs and all the stuff that we paid for into each portion of the room to make the most of the money. It was a lot of money, so make use of it. Honeymoon. So if you followed my YouTube channel for a while now, you know we only moved back from London last August. So we haven't even been home a year yet. And that whole year away, we spent quite a bit of money traveling and using that time to explore a lot of Europe, and that obviously cost a lot of money too. So we have basically decided to hold off on the honeymoon till sometime in 2018, I think. We're thinking maybe Southeast Asia, Bali, Thailand, that kind of thing. I have a whole week off of work after the wedding, so Sunday will be a bit of a recovery day. We have an open bar, so I think we'll be taking advantage of that. We'll have a good sleep in on Sunday. Ken can go fetch his new wife breakfast. That sounds lovely. And then on Monday, I think we're gonna do what we're calling our little mini moon. It's basically just gonna be a little quiet getaway for the two of us. We're thinking something like Harrison Hot Springs, Tofino, Victoria, something just quaint, quiet, restful, where we can enjoy our first few days as husband and wife. Bridesmaids dresses. When I was shopping for my wedding dress, I took a little peek at the bridesmaids dresses section, and I could not believe how expensive the most simple of dresses are. Like, you can get the same dress at Le Chateau for $90 and they sell it for $350 in a bridal shop just because it's in a bridal shop. I didn't even like any of those dresses. They're all very standard block kind of dresses. I went straight online and I ended up finding a very popular dress. You can wear it several different ways. Both the bridesmaids, my sister is my maid of honor, and Bubs, who you've seen on this channel probably a few times, is also a bridesmaid. Both beautiful girls. They're easy to dress. So I went with a classic, it's called a convertible dress, and they can wear it whichever way they want, whichever way they feel most comfortable, and it's full length to the ground, and it is in a navy, like a dark midnight navy color. I haven't actually received them in the mail yet, so I'm gonna hold off on telling the actual website that I got them from, but they were a very reasonable price. We were paying for the dresses and we're also paying for the rented suits for the groomsmen, so I didn't want anything that was gonna be too pricey. Yeah, funny story about that though. I spent weeks probably online trying to figure out where the heck am I going to find a bridesmaid's dress that I love, that's not expensive, that doesn't look like these classic standard dresses that you see in all the bridal shops. I eventually found one, the one that I ended up buying, and I was so excited. I sent a picture to Bubs and she was like, "Oh, it's beautiful, I love it. Wear anything you put me in. I totally trust your style. It looks great, love it." I sent it over to my sister and she's like, navy's not really my color, which is kind of, I laugh because my sister is totally opposite to me. She's not really into fashiony, like girly stuff like me. She's kind of the hippie, you know, loves her guitar and sitting by the fire and snacking on spinach, and like she's the hippie of the family. And she's like, I don't really like that color. So it was funny. She's fine with it now, but at first I was like, really? I have to start my hunt again and change the colors? Ugh, totally fine now. Navy it is. Hair and makeup. This, I went straight to our wedding planners and said, who would you recommend? And they said, Denise Elliott. She is located in North Vancouver, and I hopped straight onto her Instagram, which is like the face of all businesses nowadays, and fell madly in love with everything she does. She's got that natural bridal glow, like nailed down. And I was just like, yeah, book her. Sent in money right away. Let me tell you, it is not cheap. Hair and makeup is not cheap. We are also paying for myself, Bubs, my sister, Susan, Ken's mom's gonna have her mother of the groom glow put on, and my mom's having the same thing done, but they're both doing their own hair. But the three of us girls are having hair and makeup done, and it ain't cheap. It was, I mean, I guess it's reasonable for all the time and effort they're spending us having to do it, and it's like a nice experience and everything, but oh, Ken better not be throwing cake in my face because they're not staying the whole day to fix me up again. Music, we opted for a DJ. The party factor is very important for us, so band would have been awesome, but they're significantly more expensive, so we opted to put that money into more of the visual effects of the wedding, which would be like the florals and the decorator and everything like that. My sister is also very musically inclined. She loves to strum her guitar, so she's been practicing on her guitar a few songs that she has in mind for the wedding, so at least we'll have something live. And then first dance, we still haven't decided on a song for that. We have a few songs that are like our songs, but I don't know if they're great for a first dance. We're kind of thinking something not so traditional, and we're hoping that my sister will sing it, so if we can choose like a modern song and then she can put like a romantic twist on it, that would be kind of our ideal situation. But we're getting a little close for us to be throwing a song at her to practice for my wedding. I know she's already a little bit nervous about singing the other stuff, so. Also up in the air, my bachelorette party. I'm nervous about this one. My initial thoughts were something like Palm Springs, Victoria, San Diego. We're going to Vegas. Classic bachelorette party. I'm nervous. It's going to be wild. Bubs, the bachelor, or my bridesmaid, she's a wild one. She's definitely going to live up to that. She was already saying she's going to pack an extra bag to check so that she can bring all the naughty stuff and that she might get a few looks when it goes through the security check and stuff. So I'm nervous as to what she's going to bring and if they'll even let her on the flight with whatever she plans to put in that bag. Yeah, we're going to be there for 3 nights, so I'm going to be dead tired by the time I get back. Thank goodness I'm on night shift when I return. We're also planning to go see a Thunder from Down Under, Magic Mike kind of show, so it's going to be wild. Let's just leave it at that. And lastly, nerves. Am I nervous? And the answer would be yes. But I am a nervous Nelly. I get nervous about everything. Everything. Just ask Ken. I need a chill pill like every hour of my life. But in terms of what am I most nervous for, it's definitely, I get this like maybe once a week now where I'm just sitting there thinking about nothing and all of a sudden I think about this moment and I get that feeling when you're going over the edge of a roller coaster just as you're about to go over and your stomach is just like whoom. That's what I'm getting once a week when I think about this moment. Basically, in our ceremony, there is going to be everyone standing in front of me, obviously. Stand for the bride. There's these huge white doors that are going to reveal me. It's that moment when everyone turns around and they're like, oh, and everyone's gonna be wondering, what does the dress look like? What did she do with her hair? Is she nervous? Is she gonna cry? Is she gonna break down? Will she run away? No, I won't run away. But it's just 75 eyes looking at me. And someone said to me the other day, they're like, but you're on YouTube and you film videos of yourself and you put them out there for whoever wants to watch it. But it is so different when you have eyes looking at you. Like, this is just me sitting in my apartment by myself. It's just the lens looking at me, right? This isn't that scary. And when I actually post things online, I kind of put it out of my mind that anybody's really gonna watch it. Yeah, so having all those people actually looking at me is a totally different story. Hopefully I won't pass out. I'll make sure to have a little sip of champagne before I head down the aisle to kind of calm the nerves. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna be like this. So that's all that I've got for this little update. If you have if there's a lot more questions, then I could totally do another video without revealing too much. But if there's like burning questions, I could do another little wedding update before I actually say I do. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.